The first hour after you wake up is quietly deciding what your brain looks like at 80. Not your workout, not your diet, not your supplements. The first 60 minutes of your day, because in that window, your brain is doing something extraordinary. Your hormones are shifting, your master clock is resetting, your stress system is calibrating for the next 16 hours. And whatever you do in that first hour either sets your brain up to run clean and sharp all day or throws it into a low-grade state of stress, inflammation, and fog that quietly ages it. And here's the problem. After 40, this matters more than it ever did. Your brain becomes more sensitive to disrupted sleep, blood sugar swings, and chronic stress, all of which accelerate cognitive decline. The margin for error shrinks. Most people do the exact opposite of what their brain needs the second they open their eyes. They wake to a blaring alarm, grab the phone, scroll, chug coffee on an empty stomach, skip breakfast or eat something sugary, and rush into the day wired and anxious. And then they wonder why they crash at 2 p.m. and feel foggy by 40. So today, I'm going to give you the exact morning routine that protects your brain after 40, step by step, backed by real research. And almost all of it is free. Let's build it in order, from the moment you open your eyes. Step 1. Do not touch your phone. Not yet. I know, this is the hardest one, but hear me out because the science is clear. When you wake up, you're in a state neuroscientists call sleep inertia. Your decision-making and reaction time are still impaired, even though you feel awake. Your prefrontal cortex, the thinking, focusing part of your brain, is not fully online yet. If the very first thing you do is flood it with emails, notifications, bad news, and other people's demands, you're throwing your groggy, half-booted brain straight into a stress response before it's even ready. You spike cortisol at the wrong moment, in the wrong way, and you start the day reactive instead of clear. Give your brain 30 to 45 minutes before you check anything demanding. Let it wake up properly first. The emails will still be there. Your brain in that first window is primed for whatever you feed it. Don't make the first thing you feed it other people's chaos. Step 2. Get sunlight in your eyes. This is the big one. If you do nothing else on this list, do this. Within 30 to 60 minutes of waking, get outside and get natural light into your eyes. 10 minutes on a clear day, 15 to 20 if it's overcast. No sunglasses. You don't stare at the sun, obviously. You just get outside in the light. Here's what's happening biologically, and it's remarkable. Light-sensitive cells in your eyes send a signal to a tiny region in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. That's your master clock. It controls the timing of every hormone in your body. Morning light does 3 critical things. It shuts off leftover melatonin, so the grogginess lifts and you feel genuinely awake. It triggers a healthy, sharp rise in cortisol, which sounds bad, but in the morning is exactly what you want. That's the cortisol awakening response, and it fuels alertness and focus. And it boosts serotonin, which stabilizes your mood and lowers your risk of depression. But here's the part that matters for your brain long-term. Morning light sets the timing of your entire circadian rhythm, and your circadian rhythm controls your sleep that night, which controls whether your brain clears out its waste, including the amyloid proteins linked to Alzheimer's during deep sleep. So this simple, free, 10-minute habit isn't just about feeling awake. It's the anchor for the sleep that cleans your brain every night. Research even links morning light to better blood sugar control and lower body fat. 10 minutes outside. It's the highest return habit in this entire video. Can't get outside? A 10,000 lux light box for 20 minutes is a decent backup. But real sunlight, even through clouds, is far stronger than any indoor light. Step outside. Step 3. Hydrate before you caffeinate. You just spent 7 or 8 hours not drinking any water. You wake up mildly dehydrated, and even mild dehydration impairs concentration, memory, and mood. Your brain is roughly 75% water. Before you reach for coffee, drink a large glass of water. Add a pinch of quality salt if you sweat a lot or train in the morning to support your electrolytes. This is a 30-second habit that clears the fog before you've done anything else. Rehydrate the organ you're trying to protect. Step 4, and this one surprises everyone. Delay your coffee. I'm not telling you to give up coffee. I'm telling you to time it right. Here's why. When you wake up, your cortisol is naturally high. That's good. That's what's making you alert. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, the molecule that makes you feel sleepy. But if you drink coffee the moment you wake up, while cortisol is already doing its job, you're not getting much benefit, and you're setting yourself up for the dreaded mid-morning crash when both the caffeine and the cortisol drop at once. A 2021 study found that delaying caffeine by around 90 minutes leads to more sustained energy and better cognitive performance throughout the day. So get your sunlight, drink your water, let your natural cortisol peak and start to come down, and then have your coffee, ideally 60 to 90 minutes after waking. You'll get more out of it, and you'll skip the crash. Same coffee, better timing, sharper brain. Step 5. Move your body, even just a little. You do not need a brutal workout first thing. You just need to move. Even 10 minutes of gentle movement in the morning, a walk, some stretching, light mobility, does something powerful for your brain. It increases blood flow to the brain. It boosts dopamine, your motivation molecule. It improves blood sugar control for the hours that follow. And critically, it triggers BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is essentially fertilizer for your brain cells. BDNF helps grow and protect neurons, and it's one of your strongest defenses against cognitive decline. If you can pair this with your sunlight, a 10-minute morning walk outside, you're stacking 2 of the most powerful brain habits on this list into one simple activity. Light plus movement. That's the combination. One note for after 40. Morning movement is fantastic, but if you're doing intense, high-effort training, some research suggests the afternoon may be slightly better for blood sugar and recovery. So keep the morning session light to moderate, a walk or mobility, and save the hard stuff for later if you can. Move gently in the morning to wake the brain, train hard later to build the body. Step 6. Eat for stable blood sugar. Protein first. Here's where most people sabotage their brain before 9 a.m. The classic modern breakfast. Cereal, toast, pastry, orange juice, sugary coffee is a blood sugar bomb. It spikes your glucose, floods you with insulin, and then crashes you into fatigue, brain fog, and cravings by mid-morning. Your brain runs on stable glucose, not a roller coaster. And this matters more after 40 because insulin resistance rises with age. And insulin resistance in the brain is now so linked to Alzheimer's that some researchers call it type 3 diabetes. So flip it. Eat protein first. Eggs, meat, fish, Greek yogurt if you tolerate dairy. Add healthy fats and fiber. 30 grams of protein at breakfast stabilizes your blood sugar, keeps you full for hours, kills the mid-morning cravings, and gives your brain steady fuel instead of a spike and a crash. And if you practice a form of intermittent fasting and skip breakfast, that's fine too. As long as when you do eat, you break the fast on protein and real food, not sugar. The enemy isn't the timing. The enemy is the sugar roller coaster. Step 7. Take a few minutes of calm before the chaos. Before you dive into the demands of the day, take just 5 minutes. Deep breathing, meditation, or even just sitting with your coffee in silence without a screen. Here's why it protects your brain. Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, and chronically elevated cortisol is genuinely toxic to the brain over time. It damages the hippocampus, the exact memory center that Alzheimer's attacks first. Managing your stress isn't a soft, optional nicety. It's direct, physical brain protection. Regular mindfulness has been shown to reduce stress and actually change the structure of the brain, increasing gray matter in regions responsible for focus and self-regulation. 5 minutes, just 5. Set the tone as calm and deliberate instead of anxious and reactive, and you protect the most important organ you own. So let's put the whole routine together. In order, wake up and don't touch your phone for the first 30 to 45 minutes. Get outside for 10 minutes of sunlight in your eyes. Drink a big glass of water. Move gently for 10 minutes, ideally outside so it stacks with your light. Delay your coffee to 60 to 90 minutes after waking. Eat a protein-first breakfast for stable blood sugar, or break your fast that way. And take 5 minutes of calm before the day's demands hit. That's it. Notice what's not on this list. No expensive gadgets, no supplement stack, no biohacking device, no cold plunge required. Every single one of these is free, and the whole routine takes maybe 30 to 40 minutes, most of which you can stack together. And here's the deeper truth underneath all of it. This isn't really a productivity routine, it's a circadian routine. You're giving your brain the exact signals it evolved to receive at the start of every day. Light, movement, water, real food, calm. The same signals every human got for 200,000 years before alarms, screens, and drive-through breakfasts hijacked the most important hour of the day. Your ancestors woke with the sun, moved their bodies, ate real food, and started the day calm. Their brains stayed sharp into old age at rates we can barely match today. They weren't optimizing. They were just living in rhythm with their biology. You can rebuild that rhythm, and it starts tomorrow morning, the moment you open your eyes. Because the brain you'll have at 80 is being built by the mornings you're living right now. If you want the evidence-based protocols and the research the industry would rather you never read, that's exactly what we send in our free newsletter. Over 40,000 people already get it. Links in the description. And if you want every one of these brain and longevity protocols organized into one complete system, the mornings, the food, the movement, the sleep, we built the longevity blueprint for exactly that. No gadgets, no supplement stacks, just the simple, evidence-based routine your brain was designed to run on. Use code 2026 for 50% off. Links in the description. Share this with someone over 40 who starts every morning on their phone. The first hour is the one that matters most, and almost nobody protects it.